Hey guys, this is Pooja and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to do things a little differently. It's more of a DIY slash experimental kind of a video, so I hope you like this approach to the video, so let's get started. Has it happened to you that you were super excited to sit and paint that one piece which you knew you would get it right, but somehow it got messed up even before you could fix it? Have you ever had that urge to tear the page off and think you never painted that piece? Have you ever had a bad sketchbook day? Well, I have gone through each of that feeling and I exactly know how you feel. So this is a painting in my sketchbook that I messed up recently. I was trying to play with this peach color to experiment something in a new style. I was painting this piece when it was super dark and there wasn't enough light to work on this. And there, it turned out outright ugly. My indecisive thoughts and hastiness made this piece into something I absolutely did not like. And now I just can't see this page in my sketchbook. So, in today's YouTube video, I have decided to salvage this page because the painting behind this page is something I really like. Even though we like to often look back and see how we grew in our art journey, seeing a bad piece in sketchbook does not make you feel oh so great. At least it is that way for me. So I'm going to use black gouache and apply a thick layer of this black gouache on top of the existing painting. I think black is the safest option at this point when we have a lot of color in the background. So this is black gouache from Holbein Artist Materials. So I'm just going to mix a very thick paint of this onto my palette. Just squeeze out some color. I'm going to keep it really opaque and thick. So using my flat brush, I'm going to mix the color, not using too much water. And start applying it on the painting. The flat brush is making it really easy to apply the paint quickly and it's covering a lot of area. So I'm just going to finish painting this layer and I'm going to let it dry. In the meanwhile, I'm thinking about a lot of ideas, on how to proceed further, and the instant inspiration I got was from my desk. I have these couple of succulents and cacti potted plants on my desk, and I thought of using that as the inspiration for building a design on this black surface. So I see that the black surface is now dried. I see that the page is slightly curled from the sides. So it looks quite good and I'm going to start something fresh. On my palette, I've mixed 3 shades of green. The first one is emerald green mixed with white. The second one is olive green, white and yellow. And the second one is sap green with a hint of light yellow in it. So these are the 3 different shades that I'm going to use to paint the cacti on top of my black surface. So let's see how things go ahead, and we can always mix more color as we need on the go. So these are a couple of the green shades that I've used. All of them are from Holbein. I've used a light green, it's called leaf green. The second one is permanent green. I have also used olive green. So using my size 4 brush, I'm just going to start painting some cacti and succulents on this page. Make sure that your initial layer is dried up. Of course, if you try this experiment yourself. And I'm going to start painting some cacti which are just on top of my head and make this gouache doodle on this page, and hopefully it's gonna look a lot better than the previous one. So fingers crossed for that, and we will see how this goes. So when you're using gouache layer on top of an existing gouache layer, it's very important that your new layer is a lot thicker than the previous one, because if your layer is even slightly watery, the color beneath is going to start peeling off and it will start to mix with your top layer. So to avoid that, make sure that your second layer of gouache is really thick. So I'm just painting a little saguaro cactus. I'm going to add a lot of texture and details at the end when all of the layers are completely dried up. So at the moment I'm just going to use really flat, opaque wash of colors. Just going to keep everything really flat and simple. I'm just going to try and get some shapes onto this paper. If you don't know how to proceed, you can always sketch out, which I did later on. I just felt too overwhelmed, to make a lot of cacti shapes on the go. So I just made some pencil sketches after this, and that's how I proceeded. So if you think you cannot really paint impromptu, just take a step back, look at some references, do some pencil sketches, and you can always come back to it. So I'm just going to speed up this process a little and show you how the first layer of gouache looks like after we are done with painting all the cacti and succulents on this page. So just enjoy the process. So I'm done adding my second layer of gouache and it's all dried, and my cacti and succulents are already looking very fresh and bright, and I'm starting to feel good about this piece. So I'm going to try and add in some details. I have squeezed in some white gouache onto my plate, and using that and a thin round brush, I'm just going to draw some lines and dots, texture, try to draw some spines and needles, and just going to add some character to this piece as a whole. I really hope that you like this video and enjoy the process of watching something not so nice being converted into something that made me happy and satisfied. I think I managed to salvage my sketchbook page and I quite like my brand new piece painted on an old page. If you give this a try, do tag me on my Instagram and I would love to see your before and after version. After all, it is all about experimenting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such fun videos. I will see you in my next video. Until then, keep creating.